Hello, hockey fans across Canada, United States, and Newfoundland. I'm Cole with Pep Deal here at Salt Lake City for the 2002 Olympics gold medal game between Canada and the United States, or something like that. Hey there, hello there. It's Jeff Cutter Diamond welcoming you to the Bob Cole Tribute Series. So, as you may know from me doing my video earlier today, the tribute to Bob Cole. I was on the bus coming home from work and flipped through my Facebook feed and found out that Bob Cole had died. And, as a Canadian hockey fan, you obviously would know who Bob Cole was. I knew about Bob Cole and the fact he did broadcasting for many years. I remember his book, which I have. I can't remember the title of it, but yeah, I have this book. Like, he talks about his experiences in Newfoundland and all that. And of course, being part of CBC Radio's broadcast in 1969 when he broadcasted Sean Beliveau's double overtime winner against the Bruins in the semifinals that sent the Habs to the Stanley Cup Finals. And of course, he did the radio call of the Summit Series. And I forgot to mention this in my stupid me. I forgot to mention this in my video about Bob Cole that he was the guy when Foster Hewitt did the Paul Henderson goal on TV. The radio call was Bob Cole's, and it was just amazing how he broadcast Canadian history because of Paul Henderson's goal 50 plus years ago. But the fact is, I don't remember Bob Cole had broadcast NHL games for many years in the 70s and 80s. He was the voice of the Leafs in the 80s, taking over for Bill Hewitt. And then, I remember him myself, like watching Leaf games because, Leafs regional restrictions apply. And then all of a sudden, like Bob Cole was kind of the soundtrack of my youth while watching hockey because I was like 8 or 9 when I started getting interested in hockey. That was 1993, 94, when he was in the peak of his career, in a sense. That, him and Harry Neal were like the greatest CBC pairing around at the time. And then, Bob Cole lasted he was the main Hockey Night in Canada guy till 2008 when Jim Houston took over. But, he still did games for Hockey Night in Canada. He did games for like 11 years after that. Like, he stopped in 2019 at the end of the season, which was amazing. But, like, yeah. So you'd be thinking, so Montreal, Toronto, are those legendary teams? No. Stone Cold Hockey does not have legendary teams. And it's like all franchise teams. It's like stupid. But then again, Stone Cold Hockey only has 11 NHL seasons, which I have all 11 of those and do tournaments based on those. This is a matchup between the 93 Montreal, well, the 93-94 Montreal Canadiens and the 93-94 Toronto Maple Leafs. The reason why I picked these two teams was simple because of the fact that if the Leafs had done their job in 93 in the Stanley Cup semifinals or conference finals, if you will, and won game 7 on home ice at Maple Leaf Gardens, we would have a all Canadian Stanley Cup finals between Toronto and Montreal in 1993, the centennial of the Stanley Cup. It would have been perfect. Toronto and Montreal, the cities that have had the most Stanley Cups, would meet in the final, and it would be a dividing line around Canada and probably would have shattered a lot of records of viewership, all that. So yeah, so 93 Toronto versus 94 Cutter, speak English. So anyway, it is a best of 7. Um, I'm going to simulate till one team gets the 3 win, and then we'll set up from there. So we could have 4 games in this series. We could have 3 in this video, or 2, or even uno. Well, actually, no, we'll have 2 guaranteed. So Montreal versus Toronto. So let's simulate. First game saw Montreal win 5-2 as Wabi popped in. Montreal goes by Mike Keane, Kirk Muller, Claude Christian Pearl. Okay. Brian Bellows, Kitchener, and Vinny Dampouse, former Leaf. Well, Kirk Muller was a former Leaf too, but that was after he left Montreal. Whereas Dampouse was a Leaf first, then a Habitant. Toronto goes by Mark Osborne and Kent Manderville. Game 2 sees Toronto win in overtime. Potvin takes down Tugnutt. Of course, The game randomly selects the starting goalies sometimes. So Toronto, well, Montreal goes by Finney Dumpus, Brian Bellows. Again, I say Kitchener, Kirk Muller, and Lyle Oderline. Him? Yep, him. Toronto goes by Nick Borshevsky, Johnny Colin, Borshevsky again, Doug Gilmore. And then in overtime it was Aaron Duchette from Robbie Pearson and Johnny Colin. Game 3 sees Toronto win again in overtime 4-3 as Potvin beats Tugnutt again. Montreal goes by Peter Popovich, Kirk Muller, and Brian Bellows. Kitchener. Okay. Leaf goals by Dave Vanderchuk, John Colin, Dave Vanderchuk again, and then Wendell Clark, the heart and soul of the Leafs, score on the power play from Gilmore and Gill, where Breezeball was in the box for roughing. Game 4 sees Toronto win 5-4. Whoa, Toronto might do it. Rhodes beats Waugh. Montreal goals by Lyle Oderline, Brian Bellows, Kitchener, Bruno Benoit Brunet, and Guy Carbonneau. Toronto goes by Nick Borshevsky, Doug Gilmore, Wendell Clark, Dougie Gilmore again, and Ben Borshevsky. Boy, oh boy, if Borshevsky was healthy and all that, what he would have done for the Leafs. So it's 3-1. Let's play game 5. The starting goalies are Potvin versus Waugh. Like I really wanted Patrick. You can change the goalies actually by clicking on their names and all that, but why would I? Anyway, the Leafs have Dave Vanderchuk, Wendell Clark, Doug Gilmore, Nick Borshevsky, John Colin, Rob Pearson, Dmitry Mironov, Mark Osborne, Bill Berg, Mike Eastwood, Peter Cecil, Dave Ellett, Kent Manderville, Mike Gardner, Bob Rouse, Mike Krushelewski, Todd Gill, Ken Baumgartner, Jamie McCowan, Yannick Perreault, okay, Sil Lefebvre, Drake Berehowski, Chris Cavaderas, and Mike Gregg. Now, you see Glenn Anderson's name crossed out. Now, I have the version that on your final team. Yes, Glenn Anderson was a member of the 94 Toronto Maple Leafs. However, let's not forget that he was traded to the New York Rangers for Mike Gardner. And Anderson's name's crossed off. He was a member of the team, but he's not an active member of the Leafs in this thing. That's what Montreal did with Stéphane Lebeau. I believe he went to the Ducks. Yeah, I think he was a trade with the Ducks that sent Ron Tugnutt back to Montreal. Because Montreal's backup goaltending was not that big. They had Les Kunter, Andre Rasico, and Frederick Chabot backing up Patrick Roy. The Leafs had Damian Roach, who would soon find fame being a good Ottawa and Atlanta goaltender. Anyway, the 94 Habs, Finney Dumpus, Brian Bellows, Kitchener, Kirk Muller, Matt Schneider, Gilbert Dion, John Leclerc, Mike Keane, Guy Carbonneau, Paul DiPietro, Eric Desjardins, Oleg Petrov, Lyle Oderline, Benoit Brule, Ed Ronan, Gary Lehman was on that team. Kevin Haller, Peter Sevier, Patrice Brisebois, JJ Janino, Peter Popovich, Ron Wilson. I don't think that's the coach. Donald Brashear, Mario Roberge, and Christian Pro. We scored one of the. Okay, so here we go. First minute, battle, aggression. Toronto gets penalized with bum burner. Can the Habs take? Kevin Haller tried it. Haller, here, boys. Beautiful. Gilbert Dion. Kitchener. From Desjardins and Petrov. A lot of people are like, Gilbert Dion was a Kitchener Ranger? Yes, he was. Part of that 1990 squad that should have won the Memorial Cup but lost in double overtime to Eric Lindros and his Oshawa Generals Fooey. And yes, Gilbert Dion's older brother by many years was Marcel Dion. So there, stick it. The sun don't shine. 5 minutes later, aggression. Carbonneau for 2 minutes. Leaves on the power play. Doug Gilmore can't get the shot off. Trusky pop-up power play goal. Kent Manderville from David Ellett and Bill Berg. So Manderville gets the goal. 1-1. 4 minutes later, battle, aggression. Oh my gosh, Potten's replaced by Rhodes. Injury. Goalie out. Oh man, the injury died. The one number I didn't want to see. So Rhodes has to come in against Waugh. And it's 5-minute major to Ed Ronan. You bastard. Power play chance. Anderchuk. Kill the zone. Ronan serves a 5-minute penalty, but the Leafs can't score. Trevor Dion scored for Montreal. Toronto, Kent Manderville, 1-1. 3 minutes later, battle. Timing, 4 minutes later. Better on the Leafs, as it is Bill Berg in the box for 2 minutes. The Leafs actually had more points than Montreal that 94 season. The real record, if you look at top, 43-29-12 for the Leafs against 41-29-14. If I do my math right, Toronto had 43 wins, Montreal had 41 wins. So that's 2 wins differential. 2 times 2 is 4. There were 2 ties. So Toronto only led 2 points by Montreal. Power play chance for Johnny Leclaire. No. People forget that Johnny Leclaire was a habitant at one time. Mike Keane? Nope. They stopped him. 4 minutes later. Action. Brian Bellows? Nope. Couldn't do it. 2 minutes later. Aggression? Injury? Another penalty. -1 defensive penalty kill. Well, Rob Pearson goes off for 2 minutes. Montreal chance. Dompouz? No. Mike Keane! Leon has 2 points already. Toronto 18 on that. And the buzzer sounds. Montreal is up 2-1 in this game. They win. We have game 6 at MLG. And Johnny Leclaire for 2 minutes. Yeah, hands up if you knew that Johnny Leclaire was a Montreal Canadian before I said it. Yeah, he was traded to Philly in the big trade that sent Mark Recchi back to Montreal, but it started the Legion of Doom line with Renberg and Lindros. Leafs defensive power play? Yes, sir. Skeeler. David Anderchuk. Ties it at 2 from Rouse and Pearson. Oh, yeah. Speaking about Rouse, I remember Bob Cole. Rouse from the corner. Skeeler. The Leafs win it. The Leafs win the series in game 7 in overtime. This has been turn of the Nets and the Leafs march on. That was when Nick Borshevsky scored game 7 of the 93 playoffs first round when the Leafs sunk the Red Wings in Detroit, mind you. 3 minutes later. Enforcer, we have a fight. Rob Pearson and Mike Keane. Actually, they're not really enforcers. But Montreal killed that off with no chance. Dompouz did okay. Defense action for Montreal. Oh, John Leclaire had a chance. Montreal another chance. Keane? Are we going to overtime? Gilmore, solo job, and the Leafs defeated the Blues. Sorry, the Leafs defeated the Canadiens. This has been an important event. I'm kind of doing the Doug Gilmore call from Bob Cole, game 1 against the Blues in the second round in real life when Gilmore went beyond the net, faked out Cujo, and then stuffed it to the left side, giving the Leafs a 1-0 series lead. Gilmore from Yannick Perreault and Nick Borshevsky. So, yeah, speaking of Borshevsky and all of that, yeah, Doug Gilmore doing his job, and the Leafs win this 5-game series. Now, I know this is the first time I've done a tribute thing on hockey based on this game because usually it's something else. But, I kind of find it fun. The one drawback to Stone Cold Hockey is if you want a one-on-one matchup, you have to set up a 2-team playoff thing. And all that. You can have it for one game, but still, it's pathetic. They won't say exhibition. What is wrong with having an exhibition? Pick the 94 Leafs against the 2006 Leafs. For example, for all the seasons Stone Cold Hockey had. It would be fun. It would be great matchups. It would be great what if. And it would be something I would love. Although you could always still go into a playoff tournament like I have. But still. So, anyhow, I'm Jeff Diamond. Adieu. And rest in peace, Bob Cole.